We discussed about the network concepts in yesterday's session, right? Very simple concepts like how the communication happens, what is meant by port, what is meant by protocol, what is dynamic IP address, what is static IP address, how does the DHCP works, how does the DNS works, then different layers of OSI, different layers of TCP IP, differences between TCP and UDP, IPv4, IPv6, loopback IP address, classes of IP address. These are the things we have discussed in the last class, right? Let us quickly recap the concepts. I'll ask some basic questions, try to answer in the chat. Okay. DHCP default port number. 5 minutes of quick revision, then we'll move on to the new concept. DHCP default port number is 67 and 68. What is the use of ping? PING ping. Ping is to check if the target is reachable or not, if the specific domain is able to connect to us or not, right? If the host is live or not. That is the use of ping, to check if the system is reachable or not. And of course, the network latency also we can check. What is the use of IP address? What is the use of IP address? IP address is used to uniquely identify the system in the internet. Okay. Then, what is the default port number for SMTP? SMTP is 25. Okay. RDP, default port number for RDP. RDP is 3389. LDAP, 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 Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. The default port number is 389. Okay, that is used in the Active Directory. LDAP is a protocol for Active Directory. Active Directory Authentication Protocol. What is the name of the Active Directory Authentication Protocol? Active Directory Authentication Protocol is Kerberos. Default port number of Kerberos. 88. Okay. Then SMB default port number. SMB default port number 445. Okay. DNS. DNS. 53. Tell me some of the DNS related servers that are used for resolving the domain to IP address. DNS related server names. Local DNS server, recursive DNS resolver, root DNS, top level domains, and authoritative servers. Okay, that's good. What is the loopback IP address? One 127.0.0.1. Okay. Then can you guys list down all the 7 layers of OSI reference model? List down in a notepad first and then post it in the chat. 7 layers of OSI reference model. Application layer, presentation, session, transport, network, data link layer, and physical layer. Remember these 7 layers very important for networks. Can you guys list down 3 differences between TCP and UDP? TCP and UDP. Differences between TCP and UDP. Main differences are the TCP is connection oriented, UDP is connectionless, TCP is acknowledgement based. UDP doesn't depend on the acknowledgement. TCP is slow, UDP is faster. TCP is reliable, UDP we cannot completely rely on UDP communication. Okay, these are the main differences. Some of the examples of TCP are SMTP, HTTP. UDP you can remember as voice over IP. Okay, then tell me the internal IP range of class C. Internal IP range of class C. One 192.168.x.x. Okay, fine. Last 2 questions. What is three-way TCP IP handshake? Sync, sync plus acknowledgement and acknowledgement. Sync, synact, and acknowledgement. These are the 3 steps that happens for TCP IP handshake. Last question. What is the use of Wireshark tool? Wireshark we have done. What is the use of it? Wireshark is used for packet capturing and packet monitoring for any kind of network interface. This is the use of Wireshark. DNS, DHCP. Okay, that's good. Let us move on to the desktop engineer concepts. Whatever you have learned in the last session that are useful for a network engineer job role. Today's session will discuss the desktop engineer concepts. Roles and responsibilities of a desktop engineer. Will start with some scenarios. What kind of works will be done by a desktop engineer? And then we'll discuss what are the hardware components and what are the software components. One live scenario, not live scenario, basically a use case. You need to tell how do we resolve some kind of a website related issue. Then some concepts, some on BSOD, blue screen of death, some tools in Windows and some tools in Linux and its commands. Then how do you set up Outlook and what kind of issues you get in the Outlook? How do you set up a printer? What kind of issues you get a printer? Then how do you install OS? And finally the quiz. Okay, these are the concepts which will take 1 hour of time and a quiz for 15 minutes. That's it. It will be like 11:30 plus 15 minutes. 11:45 will be done with the session. It will not be like yesterday till 1:45. This is simple concept. Okay. Of course, desktop engineer requires networking skills also. And now I list you different areas where exactly the network engineer is going to work. Okay. What are the roles and responsibilities of a network engineer? The first one, they have to take care of hardware. Hardware in the sense, within a software company, before we get into that, within a software company, all employees will be there, right? Employee one, employee two, employee three. It will like thousands of employees, 10,000, assume like. All these employees requires laptop. Everyone has the office laptop, right? And we do have some of the servers which are required for the business. Servers, devices, complete IT ecosystem. All these servers, do you think like once the setup is done for these servers, then we don't get any issues? Definitely we do get issues, right? Who takes care of resolving those issues? Think like we discussed some job roles like developer, he requires a laptop. Software tester, he requires a laptop. How about manager? Does manager requires a laptop? Yes, of course. Every employee in the organization, be it HR, finance, legal, support team, like this, deployment team, and of course, ethical hacker team, also cybersecurity team, cybersecurity. Are you guys able to see my screen? Are you guys able to see the screen? Okay, fine. In case if some other person, one guy has a challenge, maybe of your network slowness, you are not able to see it. You can reconnect. No problem. Okay. Like this, in a software company, there are different roles for the candidates, and each and everyone requires, all these employees requires a laptop. And of course, there will be each and every department will have a different subnets, like separate groups will be there in each and every. And here we have it servers and some devices. Someone has to take care of the hardware. Hardware in the sense, if any problem is there in the hardware, then they have to work on that for resolving those hardware issues. that role is taken care by the desktop engineers. Remember that. Desktop engineers. The moment the new employee joins the company, software company, they require a laptop. And it is not just laptop, right? In a laptop, what kind of softwares will be there? Guess any kind of softwares that comes with employee laptop. Someone has said MS Outlook. Yes, that's correct. Outlook is one of the answers. Then Teams is used. These are used for communication. It is not like as an employee in an organization, you may have to contact, you may have to work with multiple teams. VPNs are required, Slack is required, then Outlook is required, MS Office is required, BitLocker, AV and firewall, AV, firewall, host level IDS, host level IPS. Any other things that will be there, any kind of softwares that will be there in the employee laptop. I'm talking about a laptop. Of course, all these will be existing only after the OS. Can I say that all these below things comes either as a software or endpoint security softwares? Softwares or endpoint security softwares. Now, desktop engineers has to take care of hardware. Hardware in the sense any kind of hardware issues, desktop engineers has to solve it. Any kind of software issues, yes, even the software issues also, they have to deal with it. Software issues in the sense you got your laptop and the next day you see that your monitor is not working, your keyboard is not working, or suddenly your system gets restarted. One guy called Java, one guy is a manager. He has been working from last 1 year in the company. Suddenly he observed that his laptop is getting restarted and he is not able to resolve that issue. Who has to take care of that? Desktop engineers has to take care of that. Software issues. Number third, network issues. Even the network issues also will be handled by the desktop engineers. So if you want to be a desktop engineer, it means that you should have the knowledge of networks. You should have the knowledge of endpoint security also. For example, one guy is a developer, Java developer. He has a release tomorrow. Tomorrow he has to develop or he has to give some feature deadline. Deadline is tomorrow. Suddenly he is not getting IP address. IP address in his laptop. Now anyone tell me, if he is not getting the IP address to his laptop, will he be able to work on the deliverables? Will he be able to finish his job or work? What do you guys think? Obviously, he will not be able to finish his task. If he is not able to finish his task, the project will not be released. So definitely, the importance of a desktop engineer comes here, right? Who has to resolve this? This guy will say, he'll tell to his manager, I'm not able to get the IP address in my laptop. But Java developer, does he know like what is meant by private IP address, what is meant by public IP address? How does the DHCP works? How does the DNS works? He doesn't know. Only thing is he knows how to raise a ticket. So these people, whenever there is an issue, what he does is he will raise a ticket. Ticket means nothing but the request. But only thing is they submit the ticket details in some kind of tools like ServiceNow, Jira, or any other custom tools. In every tool, the process will be simple. You need to just provide the details. The developer will provide the details in the ticket. Can anyone tell me what details he includes in the ticket? He will just say like, I am not able to connect internet, not able to launch any website. That's it. And some screenshot. You talk about any kind of ticketing tool that is a software. It can be a web related, or it can be a desktop or client related application. Once you get into the ticket details, it doesn't matter what tool is that, what kind of ticketing tool. You just need the details of the ticket. You got it right. What exactly mean by ticket now? Ticket means some kind of details will be there where they talk about the issue. These tickets has to be resolved by the desktop engineers or even sometimes network engineer also. Doesn't mean like only desktop engineers. The ticket will be raised and that ticket will be assigned depending on the severity, depending on the kind of criticality. One desktop engineer will take it. Now network engineer or a desktop engineer. Think about desktop engineer. He'll see the ticket details. Okay, this guy, he will ask the person to give his user ID, user ID or system ID, some unique ID number. First, he will check why that system is not reporting. Or he will ask the person, the developer, to get the laptop to his desk. Then he will check like what is the previous system IP address, whether it is reporting to the SOC. SOC team also will be involved. He will contact that SOC team. He will check like what is the last time it reported to the SOC team, or even there will be like management console, asset management also there. Lot of tools will be there. You don't worry about that. So basically, depending on the company, which is a reporting tool that is used for managing all these computers. Now, he asked the developers to get his the laptop to the infosec group or the asset management group. This guy, what he does, okay, why he is not able to get the laptop? The moment I got the laptop, what does the desktop engineer do with the laptop? Java developer laptop is with me now. As a desktop engineer, what will I do if I'm not getting the internet? Anyone? First, you check internet connection. It is there or not. Later, you try to ping some IP addresses or domains just to see if your system is connecting to the other systems or not. No internet connection, not able to ping any domain or IP address. So we confirm that the network is not working. The next thing is, of course, power, cable, all those things we check. Assume like you have connected through wireless or wired. Some or other way, there is no internet connection. Later, I'll check with the firewall team. Why should I check with the firewall team? Anyone? Respond in the chat, or you can use mic also. Why do we need to check with the firewall team if this system is not able to access internet? Think like yesterday this guy has connected personal USB to his laptop. You got it? So the firewall blocked his IP address. Simple IP address. Got it? So basically there is some problem and there will be some solution for that. I'm giving you one small example. Something is there, unless something has happened, the issue doesn't come up. Here the issue is this guy tried copying some data to this by using USB, and firewall has a rule that if someone uses the USB, immediately block that IP address from all communications. You checked with the firewall team saying like this person user ID is not able to access the internet. Then firewall team, they checked. Desktop engineer will interact with the firewall team, but he will not check the firewall rules. That team is different. But who manages the entire issue? Desktop engineers will manage the entire issue. Now, okay, from the firewall team, I come to know like this IP address is blocked. Then I ask the person, send one email to the team, to your manager saying like, please, I need the internet access. The firewall has blocked my internet connection. Or in the ticket details, we'll mention. Ticket details, we mention like firewall is blocking the issue, blocking the IP address. So we need to unblock it. Within the same ticket, again, firewall team will replace like unblocked and noted the issue. Okay, it should not be repeated again. Now, again, desktop engineer will do a ping. We'll try to access some website, it is working. Once the issue is resolved, then you need to mark that issue as closed. Got it? What is the job of desktop engineer? Desktop engineer doesn't mean like only playing with the laptop. He has to take care of the softwares. He has to take care of the hardware. He has to take care of any kind of network engineering related concepts. And of course, few more are there. Remote network issues or remote access issues. Nowadays, most of the candidates, most of the employees are working from home, right? They got some problem accessing the VPN, or they're not able to launch the website, or their laptop is shut down, they're not able to start it. Any kind of issues comes, then remotely this team has to give them the guidance. There will be some dependency with the other teams, it doesn't matter. One more is asset management. Desktop engineers also takes care of asset management. What do you mean by asset management? 10,000 employees are there in the company. So 10,000 computers. Another 2,000 servers are there. So total 12,000. Asset management means total 12,000 devices are there. Okay. All these 12,000 devices, asset management team, they will be monitoring the health of these servers. Health in the sense CPU utilization, memory, and any kind of violations. SOC team will be monitoring that, and along with that, even the desktop engineer also will be working with that SOC team closely. Okay. Then AV plus firewall plus IDS. These softwares will be installed in employee laptop. In case if there are any issues with these products, desktop and engineer either have to fix it or reinstall these softwares. Patch management. Automatic patch management, patch deployment is done in all these 12,000 devices. 12,000 devices. But among all these 12,000 devices, 50 machines, they are not getting updated from last 4 months. Not 4 months, maybe 1 month. We cannot leave those systems as it is. Someone has to go and resolve or do a manual update. Who takes care of that? Desktop engineers will take care of this role. Patch management is there. Then data backup and recovery. One of the manager, he's a manager from last 5 years, and he wants to upgrade his laptop to a new laptop because the old one is outdated. Now he wants to update the laptop to a new laptop, completely new OS, new processor, higher RAM, higher storage. Then he has to migrate his data. He has to take a backup first and then store it in some location. Backup of files, backup of emails, files and emails, right? He cannot do it by alone. He needs some help. Desktop engineers will take care of that. Okay. These are some of the job roles, responsibilities: patch management, then data and asset management, remote access, software issues, hardware issues, network issues, and yeah, I think most of the cases, desktop engineer, yes, user account management. That's good. User account management means each and every laptop will have some users. You tried login to your account with 5 times, 5 failure attempts. Your account got locked. Someone has to unlock that. So desktop engineers will take care of that. Sorry guys, network got disconnected. I connected to a different network now. Okay, fine. So these are the roles and responsibilities of a desktop engineer. They work on the hardware, they work on resolving the software issues, network issues, they take care of remote access, remote assistance, asset management, then security management, patch management, data backup and recovery, user account management. But in most of the cases, every day, every week, the new employees will be joining. So the team, the desktop engineer team, the desktop team, they have to provide the laptops to the employees, laptops, and the minimum softwares that are required for the day-to-day activities of the employees. They have to install and give. Depending on the department, they install these softwares, and they have to ensure that all the softwares are working fine and not. Okay. But all the computers, definitely they require Outlook, they require Teams, and they require operating system. Okay. Technical assistance. Okay, that's fine. All these comes under technical assistance. You need to remember the roles and responsibilities of a desktop engineer. Desktop engineers will try to take care of hardware issues, troubleshooting the software issues, setting up the softwares, taking care of the network issues, remote assistance, asset management, patch management, security management, backup and recovery, and user account management. All these areas the desktop engineers will be working on. Now you say like, when you talk about only a network engineer, what we discussed in yesterday's class, they try to concentrate 100% of their work in the networks. Of course, the issue the developer has faced can be resolved by the network engineer also. Along with that, these network engineers, they work on these lot of these protocols, DHCP, DNS, and then creation of subnets, creating a new network, or checking the connectivity issues. These are the jobs of the network engineer. If you talk about a desktop engineer, he should have even the networking skills. Desktop engineer is a technical job role. Okay, only thing is many people doesn't know that. It is a completely technical job role. This is also part of the information security, cyber security group. Okay. All these teams, they work closely. In the last picture, whatever I have shown, SOC team, ethical hacking team, IC team, asset management team. Here, IT asset management, the desktop engineers will come. Even GRC also sometimes they take care of it. So all these different groups, different teams will be under cyber security group. Okay, that's good. Let us quickly discuss about the things that comes up in the hardware, software, network engineers, remote access, asset management, all those things. When you talk about the hardware, what all the components that comes under hardware? Anyone? What are the components of the hardware? Hardware, you get CPU, processor, monitor, keyboard, some kind of external devices, then CPU, mouse, printer, any kind of input output devices, right? Headset, mic, speakers, keyboard, all these comes under hardware. Very easy, right? And everyone give me one example of issue that comes with the hardware. One example you guys need to list. Respond in the chat. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Tell me one hardware issue. Overheating, yes. Storage problem, correct. Plug-in problems. You are trying to plug in the mic or plug in some external device. It is not getting connected. Monitor is not working. Audio is not working. Keyboard is not working. Not able to connect to the printer. Motherboard is not working. Lot of sound is coming from the device. Right? All these comes under hardware issues. Software issues, everyone knows it. Any kind of these softwares, if those are not working, then definitely it comes under software. Security controls, antivirus, firewall, Teams, Outlook not responding, printer not connecting comes under software issues. Network issues, yesterday we have discussed a lot of networking concepts. Anything that is not up to the mark is considered as network issue when it comes to the networks. In case of hardware issues, there is one important concept called BSOD. Remember this full form of the BSOD? Blue screen of death. Okay. Blue screen of death comes up because of the hardware and drivers. If there are any hardware failures or drivers problems with the drivers, then you get blue screen of death. If there is a hardware failure, what should you do? If some hardware you are trying to get blue screen of death and that error message says there is some issue with the RAM or storage, some issue with the motherboard, some kind of hint you got it. What do you do that? Maybe you can restart it or you do the hardware diagnostics tests, right? Restart, update the drivers, hardware diagnostics. If at last, if nothing is working, then what do you do? You what do you do if nothing is working? System diagnostics is not working, restart is not working, updated the drivers not working. At last, you check what is the faulty hardware and replace that specific component. Okay, that's what you do as part of BSOD. Very important. How do you resolve BSOD? Update the drivers, reinstall the drivers, restart the system. Okay, do the hardware diagnostics test, and at last replace the component. That's how you can resolve blue screen of death. Hardware, software access, networking issues. Remote access means most of the issues will be with the VPN. Okay, that's it. Then antivirus, firewall IDS. If the firewall is off, then it is possible for anyone to connect to your system. Okay. Give me one example of user account management issues. Give me one example of user account management issues. User account management issues means something related to the employee users or system users or any kind of server related users. You try to add one user account gets logged, you forgot the password, or the login itself is not working with valid credentials, right? Multiple logins, all this comes under user account management. Some of the issues. Let me give you 3 or 4 examples. You need to tell me how do you resolve that. In one of the computer, the employee sees that it continuously gives a pop-up. Pop-up of unwanted content. The employee observes that continuously every 5 minutes he is getting a pop-up from the browser. So what is this issue related about in among the desktop engineer roles? In these 9 points, which one it is related? Is it patch management or software issue, hardware issue, data backup issue, or what is the issue? Continuously you are getting a pop-up in the browser. Yeah, it is a browser pop-up. The answer is it is a software issue, but it is not just a software issue. It is not like your Teams is not working or Outlook is not working or MS Office is not working. Of course, everything is related to software, but in this case, maybe the employee tried accessing some of the restricted websites and it installed some kind of a virus. So to which role this issue is related to? This is related to the antivirus. Adverse viruses, worms, trojans comes under AV. The moment desktop engineer sees that, okay, this browser is corrupted because of this issue. So what he does, they'll try to scan your system and they may try to scan your browser, delete the browser cookies, temporarily delete the browser cache, and scan with the computer or the system, scan with antivirus. Finally, they remove and they give it. Okay, that is one of the example. Okay, one more. Number two, CPU utilization. The system is slow and CPU utilization is 90%. You observe that your computer is very slow and you launch the task manager and you check the CPU utilization, it is showing 90%. What do you do as a desktop engineer? If the CPU utilization is more, first you need to check what is the process that is causing this issue, right? How do you check that? You launch Task Manager. How do you launch Task Manager, anyone? Right click on the taskbar and click on this Task Manager first. Then go to the performance. See the CPU utilization. Here also you can see, just click on the CPU. Right now Zoom meetings is 19%. You need to identify which process is taking more CPU. 90% means for me it is 40%. I said 90%. Okay, go to that 90% and try to end that task if it is not wanted. If it is unwanted, then you can end that task. Go to the performance, see how much CPU utilization is there. Even here in the task manager, right click, open file location, it will go to the relevant file, services tab. In case if you are able to identify the process or the and its relevant service, you can go to that service and stop that service also. File location. The moment you go to the file location, you come to know the service also. That's how you can resolve. What is the shortcut for the task manager? Shortcut, Alt Control plus Delete and task manager. Alt plus Control plus Delete you get and task manager option will be there. That is a shortcut for the task manager. You can launch it. Okay. One last one, very, very important one. Let me see how many of you can answer this. It is not just a single solution, it can be multiple reasons. The employee is not able to launch the website, not to launch the website, facebook.com. Facebook is allowed, but the moment he is not able to launch the website in his laptop. Now, as a desktop engineer, you need to troubleshoot. Troubleshoot in the sense, you need to resolve what exactly the problem is. How do you do that? What do you check? Try to respond in the chat. 2 minutes to go. It is already recording, right? Yeah. We'll share you the recorded video. Don't worry about that. Okay, let me see the answers. First, we need to check the network. That is correct. So you need to see if the system has network or not. Let me list down somewhere here. Number one, check if your computer has network or not. Number two, okay, network is there, and you are what are the network issues, browser problems, cache problems, cookies problems, suspicious browser cache, yes, restricted sites are not, firewall, yeah, most of you are correct. All of you are able to answer most of the topics. Network you check. Then, in case if network is good, still you are not able to access Facebook, then you do a ping. If that ping is, why do you ping facebook.com here? You want to check if the target is reachable or not. Am I correct? First thing is, okay, the website is not reachable, internet is there, website is not reachable. Then you do a ping and see if you are able to get the response or not. Ping is working means connection is there, but website is not working. Ping is responding means system is reachable, but there is some issue with the website. If ping itself is not working, then the server itself is not reachable. How can we access the website? Right? You need to ping and check the response. The next one is check for cache of the browser. Check for any plugins of the browser. Some plugins might be blocking your request. Check for the proxy settings of the browser. Proxy settings of the browser or system proxy settings. Proxy system settings. Any other things? Number 7. Check if AV or firewall, some software is blocking your website. That is also possible. Assume like antivirus blocked the website. Huh, that's what. Cache, clearing the cache or restart the cache. Plugins, check if some unwanted plugins are there or not. DNS also. Sometimes we don't know if the DNS has old IP address. So we need to flush the DNS. What is the command to flush the DNS? DNS flush or flush DNS. DNS flush, I guess. Okay. Anything else? It can be the, okay, check if the website is up and running and the server is available or not. These are the checks you do in case if the website is not reachable. Who has to take care of these things? Desktop engineer has to take care of these things. So if you want to resolve any kind of issues that are reported in employee computer, then maybe like if there is no network, you may have to check the router and the connection also. Connections, whether it has the internet or not. Do you think desktop engineer requires networking knowledge? Yes or no? Desktop engineer should have all these skills. He should be an all-rounder, and it is a technical job role. Just now we discussed different kinds of responsibilities of a desktop engineer. Okay, that's good. What all things we have covered? We have discussed about roles and responsibilities, hardware components and softwares, website not reachable, blue screen of death. Then we need to discuss about some Windows small tools and basic commands, then Linux tools and commands. After that, how do we add an Outlook account? Some basics of Outlook. I'll not be able to show the complete setup. Everyone knows, right, how to install a software in a desktop engineer, in a laptop, Windows laptop. Just double click, next, next, next. Those are very easy concepts. Some Windows concepts I'll tell you. Normally, no Windows operating systems, you have these services. From start menu, you'll be able to launch all these applications. And in case if you want to uninstall some application, how do you uninstall that? Anyone? If you want to remove some software in your computer, Windows computer, how do you uninstall that? How do you uninstall a program in the Windows? You go to the control panel. The answer is control panel. You go to the control panel. There you have these programs and features, right? Where is these programs and features? Then it lists you all the programs. Right click and uninstall the program. Very easy. View installed updates. This will list you all the updates that were happened to your computer. Am I correct? Yeah. What else we have it? Sound. Okay, default programs. Backup and restore is there. These are the easy concepts. It is not like you need to learn. Administrative tools. You get like computer management. Okay, in the computer management, you can add and remove users. Go to the local users and groups. Users. You can right click and create a new user, provide username and password, and select password never expires. Give username and remember the password so that you can add a user to your computer. This is done in the user management. Okay. Device manager. In case if you want to update the drivers related to any of these hardwares, you can do that. Printers, devices and printers folder. Okay. So if you want to identify a printer in your network, you can get into this printer options. If there is some problem with your drivers, no, you will get an option to update the drivers. Microsoft class drive properties. Sometimes in case if the drivers are not present, you need to copy the drivers and then install the drivers. Drivers will be there for every hardware. Drivers act like some kind of an interface between software and hardware. Computer management. How do you launch computer management? You can go to my computer or this PC, and then you should be able to get it by right click manage. My computer, right click management, you should be able to launch the computer management. Here you should be able to do the user account management and also anything related to the devices. The shortcut for services. In your computer, what are the different services running? The shortcut is services.msc. Just type services.msc. You should be able to launch the services. Okay. What is the shortcut for registry? Reg edit. So the application related settings will be stored in this registry high. And what is the shortcut for logs, Windows related logs? Event viewer. Event EVENTVWR. Event viewer. You should be able to see the Windows logs related to the application, security, system logs. So when is the system started? When is the system shut down? All those things can be discussed here. Okay. Basically, the logs will be there in the event viewer. Windows related logs, application related logs, system related logs. So we discussed about event viewer for logs, services for the list of services that are running, computer management. In the user management, you can add or remove users. Then what else we have it? Registry for the application settings. Task manager to troubleshoot any kind of slowness or CPU usage related issues or memory related issues. How to solve if the system is running slow? If the system is running slow, first thing is you need to identify what is the process that is causing or eating your resources. After checking that, first close that application manually, try to kill it from the task manager, restart the system, delete the temporary files, delete the cache details, and restart the system. These are some of the Windows related tools and commands. Linux, you guys should have a virtual machine setup to practice the Linux. Just like Windows, even the Linux also is an operating system, but it is based on the kernel. Okay. We have the flavors like Kali Linux, Parrot OS, then Ubuntu. Guys, you want the attendance link? No, if all of you can respond to me with your attendance for today. Hold on, guys. Just a message. Do one thing. Everyone respond. Yeah, Red Hat Linux. All these are like Linux-based operating system. I want everyone to respond with your name, like Hari / location, Bangalore or Chennai or Hyderabad, and your year of graduation, 2024 passed out, 2023 passed out. No need to give your email address and no need to give your phone number. That we capture it for the from the quiz. Can I get attendance from all of you? Respond in the chat. Just 2 minutes. I need year of passed out also. All of you can reply. We'll have a quiz at 11:35. This desktop engineer is a very small concept. If you have good networking knowledge, desktop engineer concepts are simple concepts, troubleshooting concepts. That's it. Okay. I just give you an overview of Linux operating system. I have the Kali Linux. Linux also is similar to the Windows, or like it is also user friendly. It is not like before. You can see the list of applications in Linux. These are the applications that are there in the Linux operating system. Any application you can search, like Firefox, I want to launch. Search for Firefox and click on that. You'll be able to launch it. I want to launch Terminal. Terminal is similar to the command prompt in Windows. Terminal emulator. Click on that, you get the terminal. Okay, once you get the terminal, you can type the commands like ifconfig to get the IP address, host name to get the computer name, HOSTNAME to get the computer name, and to get the list of files in the present working directory, ls, present working directory, pwd, clear, then like a lot of other commands are there. It is beyond the scope of the desktop engineer. Okay. Change directory, make directory, create a file, touch, view the content. All those commands you can try. This is all about Linux. Uh, Let us see the Outlook. Why do we need Outlook? Anyone? If you want to send some emails, receive some emails, you need one Outlook software. Right now in my computer, I already have it. If you want to install it, download the Outlook, install, double click, next, next, next. That's it. That's how Outlook is installed. And if you want to troubleshoot the Outlook, Go to the start menu, search for Outlook. Outlook will be launched. That's it. This is my Outlook account, and I already have the account of hari.s at the rate hackerbook.in. So I can send emails, I can get the emails by using this Outlook. If I want to check the first time, no, you have to give the username and password. For example, go to the file and you can see account settings here. Okay. Account settings, click on that. Account settings. It is listing me the account details of hari.s at the rate of hackerbook.in and hari.subra also. Data files is there. What is the extension of these data files? File, file, account settings. You see the extension of these data files. OST files, .ost, right? You are able to see the location of OST files. These are like all your mail related details can be stored in hari.s at the rate of hackerbook.in. Say right now, my email is there in this laptop. I want to upgrade it to new laptop. So what should I do? I have to take a backup of this OST file, export this, and then later import it. That's it. Okay. Export in the sense, go to the file location, select and open the file location. It will open that file. Once you open that file, you need to copy these OST files for the backup. Okay. Just remember this concept. OST and PST also. PST files also there. RSS, SharePoints, Internet Published Address Book. Very simple. And in case of any issues, you can just do on the repair. You can add few more accounts also. For example, I want to add a new email. What should I do? Click and add email, add account. You have to provide the email account. 1 second. File, then add account. Say, for example, I'm trying to add a new account called hr@hackerbook.in. Click on connect. We have to know the password. Once you provide the password, automatically it will select the email server based on this domain, hackerbook.in. Just provide the password and click on connect. That's it. That email account will be created. Very simple. This is the job of the Outlook. How do you install it? How do you configure it? How do you take backup and recover? Okay. Any kind of issues, you just need to click on send and receive all folders, send all. Some options you can just do it. This is a very simple concept. Outlook. Printer. How do you connect a printer? Anyone? Normally, you can connect the printer first time by using internet, either by using a wired connection or by using wireless connection. Okay. Say for example, one employee is here. This guy wants to take a print. Employee one want to give a print. So he will search for a printer in his network. E1 wants to give a print. There will be a printer. He cannot directly print it. He needs the internet connection. Internet can be wired connection or wireless connection. Just now we had seen with wired connection, you go to your administrative tasks and device manager. You should be able to launch the printers. Explore and then select the printer and give the printer with wired connection. If it is Wi-Fi wireless connection, then you need to configure the Wi-Fi in the printer first. Configure Wi-Fi in the printer. and E1 is also connected to the Wi-Fi. Both are in the same network. Again, explore, search for the printer, and you can do a print. In case if there is a dependency on the printer drivers, you have to update those drivers in your employee one laptop. That's how you configure the printer. One last and final assignment before we go on for the quiz. What kind of issues will come with the printer? Tell me, printer issues. First one. All of you respond in the chat. No network. Then cable not working. Then connection issues. Paper got stuck. Configuration. Maybe some Wi-Fi configuration or printer configuration is not correct. Drivers are not updated. Then paper jam or paper incompatibility. Number 6, power supply issue. Then maybe like ink supply is not working. Hardware hardware issue of the printer, toner, printing. Yeah, these are some of the things which can happen for a printer, and you need to check which one is not working when you are trying to troubleshoot a printer. Okay, that's good. Yeah, before we move on to the quiz, do you guys have any questions? Everyone? Any questions? You can post it in the chat or you can make use of mic. Fine. One last concept I'll try to cover. No questions to everyone. Don't miss this quiz because quiz is very interesting. In the quiz, I'm going to cover some of the real-time based issues that are faced by the desktop engineer. You should be able to answer. Okay. How do you install operating system? How do you install OS? Normally, no, you have to burn the ISO file. .iso file you download first. Download .iso file and make it as a bootable USB. Once you have this bootable USB with .iso, in a pen drive, you need to copy the ISO file and burn it in such a way that you need to make it bootable. With that bootable, you can plug into any laptop, restart your system and get into the BIOS, select that drive and install it. That's it. Very, very simple process, OS installation. Yes, USB means pen drive. Okay, great. .iso file. Let us move on to the desktop engineer quiz now. If you have any questions or any queries related to the job, related to the training, you can reach out to our support numbers 854 854 5000. So yes, today is a Sunday. They are available from 10 o'clock onwards tomorrow. You guys can just message them. You have some queries, they'll call you tomorrow. Or if possible, they may try to reach out to you in the evening 4 o'clock. As I said, we do have the placements for freshers to 2020 passed outs, 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And within 20 days, we should be able to place you guys. Depending on the company and depending the package, we charge you some minimal placement amount that can be discussed. Maybe like when you have a direct conversation. Okay. Let me send you the form for the network. Where is the network form? Yes, of course, we do have the locations of Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Mumbai, Trivandrum, and Cochin. First, let me see if I am able to launch this network engineer. Which? Okay, not this. Which? May 2025. Just a second, guys. Network is done, right? Desktop we need to do. Okay. Sorry. Desktop engineer. Which? Okay, fine. Let me share it in the screen. Windows related tools are same. I have shared you the desktop link. Okay, this is for the desktop. I'll go through these questions. You can respond in that link and also respond in the chat. Reply to all. Don't worry about the score. You just answer because it is just 2 days training. No, whatever you learned, even 20-30% is also good. First question: which of the following is considered as the brain of the computer? Network engineer questions also will send. Brain means the main component of the system. It is very clear. CPU is considered as the brain of this computer. Number two, let me see how many can answer this. You are troubleshooting a monitor that indicates there is no signal to your monitor. What is the most likely the problem? You are not seeing any kind of signal to your monitor. Is it because of the low refresh rate or incorrect refresh rate or bad video card, defective monitor? Normally, video card is related to the graphics. Incorrect refresh rate means you see some kind of a blinking, but here there is no blinking. No connection to the PC. Yes, this is one of the answers. Defective monitor. If the monitor is defective, we don't use it to connect to the PC, right? So the most probable case is no connection to the PC, option C. You are trying to launch a website in your laptop and it shows as page can't be found. What are the possible solutions? Select one or more options. Can be A or AB or ABC or like this. Check network connection, ping the target, check if the firewall is blocking, check the browser cache and DNS cache, or all of the above. All of the above. Just now we discussed how these issues comes up. How do you safely remove a USB device in Windows? Directly pull it, format and remove, use, safely remove hardware, shut down the PC. You should have selected this option, right? The correct answer is safely remove hardware. What is the BSOD full form? Blue screen of death. That is the correct answer. Option B. What is the common cause of BSOD in Windows? Full disk issue, driver conflict, or hardware failure, incorrect wallpaper, low volume settings. The correct answer is, just now we discussed, yeah, another 10 seconds to answer that. In case if you guys have not done the network switch, we have shared you the link. Okay, keep it. But try to finish it by 5 o'clock. Again, we'll block that link. Next question. The answer is option B, driver conflict or hardware failure. What is the shortcut to open the task manager in Windows? Alt plus control plus delete. Of course, then you can launch task manager. Which Windows tool helps you to view the system logs? Task manager, disk management, event viewer, and registry editor. System logs can be viewed from, yeah, 10 seconds to go. Event viewer. There you can see the system logs. Where can you add a new email account in Outlook? View tabs, send receive, file, account settings, home, mailbox tools. Option C. Just now we had seen file account settings. You should be able to add a new email account in Outlook. Which command shows the OS version in Windows? OS version can be, we should be able to get the OS version with Windows version, WinVer or VER. See here, start menu, type Windows version, WinVer, enter. You will be able to get the Windows version and you can see the build number also here. OS build number 19045. Okay, great. The answer is number 1. What is the primary function of device driver? Format storage, provide GUI interface between OS and hardware, update application. The correct answer is C, interface between OS and hardware. When a printer is not printing, what is the common first step? Reboot the server, check printer's power and connection, update Windows, delete printer jobs. Normally, to troubleshoot, first you need to check printer's power and the internet connection. The option B is the correct one. 10 seconds to answer each question, okay? What should you do if an application crashes repeatedly? Restart the computer, reinstall the OS, delete all files, disable antivirus. Most of the software issues common solution is to restart the computer. Okay. Just because if the application is crashing, we cannot reinstall the entire operating system. We cannot delete something. We cannot disable antivirus. The correct answer is restart the computer. What is the purpose of safe mode in Windows? By using safe mode, is it required to install a new software or to start Windows with a minimal options like drivers and services, to uninstall Windows, to update drivers automatically? Very easy one. Normally, safe mode is used so that we can launch the operating system with the minimal services and minimal driver options for troubleshooting purpose. Guest mode. Option B. What is the first step if you suspect a hardware failure? Replace the hardware, run hardware diagnostics or tests, or reinstall Windows or update all drivers. Run hardware diagnostics tests. Okay. Option B. What is the best way to resolve printer driver issues? Unplug printer, we cannot resolve it. Update or reinstall the printer driver, yes, one of the solutions. Change printer ink is not a possible option. Restart the PC multiple times, not the correct answer. B is the correct answer. Update or reinstall the printer driver. A user's laptop battery drains very quickly, means the battery is getting finished in a very short span. Even after a full charge, you charge it within 10-15 minutes, it is getting discharged. What is the likely cause? Power adapter or battery has aged and lost capacity, incorrect screen resolution. Screen resolution is not related to the battery. Network connectivity not related to the battery. Faulty power adapter. If the adapter is good, then the connection will be there. If the adapter is not good, connection will not be there. But here the problem is draining is happening very fast. This might be because the battery is very old and lost capacity. Option B. A user's Outlook is not receiving new emails, but can send emails successfully. What should you check? We are not getting new emails, but I'm able to send the email. Network connection is not the one because we are able to get one-way communication. Printer settings is not a problem. Screen resolution is not an issue. Oh, so only option left is option D. After installing new software, the user system shows slow performance and frequent pop-ups. What is likely happening? The software is a malware or adware. The hardware drive is failing. Printer driver, network cable unplugged. The software is a malware. That's the reason you are getting continuous pop-ups or adware. Option A. The last question. A user complains that Outlook is very slow and frequently freezes. What could be the likely cause? Large PST or OST file or corporate mailbox, outdated monitor driver, incorrect screen, missing keyboard drive. Last three are not related to the Outlook. Only the first one. PST or OST files are used for a backup. Okay. If the size is more, that is the reason the Outlook might be slow. The correct answer is option A. All of you respond in the chat. What was your first? Submit it. Submit the sheet, the quiz form. Later, respond in the chat. Reply to all. What was your final score? What is your final score? 18, 19, 17, 20, 20, 20. Oh, that's good. Fine, guys. That's all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed the desktop training sessions. In fact, I am not the one who takes care of desktop trainings. We have a different trainer. Just because I have covered the networks, I have covered even the networks as well, desktop as well. Very simple concepts. Any person who has real-time experience of 3 years, 5 years can easily deliver these desktop engineer concepts. Okay. Any questions, anyone? Networking quiz was already submitted. Yesterday it was done. If you want, I can share you the link. It was already shared. The link was shared. This is the network engineer link. Let me send it here.
Hello,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir. My name is Prem Kumar. Can you please tell me the tools of desktop support engineer which is real time using?
No, desktop engineer, we don't use any tools. Mostly you have to troubleshoot the issues. To troubleshoot the issues, you need to check
Yeah.
the application. If it is related to the application, first you need to check Windows logs, event viewer, registry you need to check. If it is related to the performance, you will check the task manager. Or in case if the person is somewhere else in the remote, you make use of AnyDesk, TeamViewer, yeah, those remote applications you use it to connect to that system remotely. So you use some utilities for resolving the issues. There are no specific tools for desktop engineer.
How much the cost of course, sir?
Training is free. Normally, the workshop, whatever we have delivered today's understood it was free. Normally, no, if you want to go for extended training means we will check your communication, we'll guide you for the interviews, and also technically, again, we make you to practice, we make you to do perform the mock interviews. That training will cost you 15,000. And in
One
case
second.
if you are going for a placement, direct placement, the placement amount actually it varies. It starts from 70,000. And of course, it is 100% placement. Nowadays, the panel or the companies are very strict in conducting the interviews. Because of the recession, I can say like freshers has no choice for the next 2 or 3 years. Whatever is the package, I'm not talking about desktop engineer only. Any company, any package, if you are getting minimum of at least 12,000 per month, like 1.5, just join. If you talk about hacker book, we can assure you as a fresher 2.4 LPA and the amount whatever I have mentioned, very, very minimal amount, 75K. It is training cum placement included. Normally, the training itself in other institutes, they charge you around 60,000. But here, training cum placement included 75K, and within 20 days, we guess 20 to 30 days, max of 30 days, I should be able to place if any candidate has attended my training yesterday and today. If not, you can directly come to our office, get trained. The batch will start from Wednesday, offline session. They go little slow, not like the pace whichever I have done. Think like one more fresher is there, he didn't join because he has spent 15 lakhs for his BTech. I'm just giving you an example. Now he says like I can join only if I get a 4 lakhs of package for LPA. He's looking for 4 LPA and he'll not get the job, that I am sure. As a fresher, nowhere they are offering. After 2 years, think like this guy, the person desktop engineer, he can directly try for any kind of opportunities with a package, whatever he want. He can say like I need LPA. 8 LPA, I have done CH certification, I have done CPEN certification. Definitely you guys can crack minimum of 12 lakhs. I can tell that confidently. Here, if you want to go with 2+ years of experience, fake. A lot of risk is there. This is not allowed. Definitely the panel will catch you guys. And of course, documents also fake. This is not going to work out. For freshers, this is the best option, whatever I told. And of course, the option is left to you guys. Okay. This is based on my experience. I have placed even 70 plus candidates in a month. Those who are having experience of 5 years, 10 years, 18 years, 10+ years also are there, 15+ years also. My students are there. They are getting very good package now, like 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 20 lakhs. That was there in the Corona time. After Corona, 1 year or 2 years. But right now, that is not the situation. If you want to be a software engineer, you definitely need to put efforts. You have to study. Just as a complimentary, I can help you guys to get into the job within a short span. That help we should be able to do from HackerBook. Okay, let me read some of the questions, whatever you guys have posted in the chat. What is the placement assistance price? That's what I have already discussed. This is based on the company again, like depending on the company, depending on the package. The average amount I have set. Training would be based on real-time problems. Yes, of course, whatever I have mentioned here, those will be done practically also if you come for the real-time training. Just because of time constraints, I have covered, but still, most of you are able to follow as based on the quiz answers. I can tell that. Is it offline or online? It will be offline. Of course, online also there, depending on the uh, total candidate strength. Network engineer roles mostly troubleshooting network issues. It can be troubleshooting or it can be setup of the new network, those kind of things. Will desktop engineer get the same package as the network engineer? Yes, first 2 years it will be same. After 2 years, network engineer maybe like you need to do a shift. After 2 years, network and the desktop engineers will be same, but ethical hackers will get more package. You need to shift to the ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is nothing again, it is based on the networks only. You need to learn some tools. Networks, already you are doing as part of desktop engineer. Then some around 10+ tools are there as part of ethical hacking. You learn in these 2 years, become an expertise, then do a job shift so that your documents are genuine and you can easily get into the ethical hacking. Directly trying for ethical hacking, the opportunities are little less now. Do you need some certification? CGPA matters. Not much. We should be able to place you. Sri. Linux troubleshooting and then Windows Server administration is beyond the scope of this class because these concepts are meant for the desktop engineer and network engineer. Server administration means you should have detailed knowledge about server related configuration, server related things. Okay, like web server or FTP server and configurations. Offline location is Marthalli, Bangalore. Our office is in Bangalore. So
Any
just
degree is requireable, sir, for this position.
any graduation is fine. BTech degree or even pharmacy related, non-IT related graduation is also fine. Some job roles are there, even without degree, but you get in touch with us, we should be able to help you. You can see our location here. Most of you know the Martali place, Bangalore. Hackerbook Technologies is listed here. This is a Martali Bridge, KLM Fashion Mall Martali. And if you go towards this side, Multiplex. On the other side, it is Hackerbook Technologies. Kala Mandir, opposite to Kala Mandir, Service Road. And here is our institute. And of course, our ratings also good. Recently, one guy, I don't know what his name, they have posted a one negative fake uh, review. Of course, that doesn't affect much to us. We do whatever we want to do. We are good in placements, we are good in training. Negative comments will not affect us. What is the fee on placement if I taken the course in Hackerbook? Remember, the training fees is 15,000, and for any kind of placement charges, there is no need to pay before the offer letter, not even a single rupee. You can pay it after you get the offer letter in your hand. Clear? Because our institute is there from last 5 years and very reputed. We are not like other most of the fake candidates, bogus candidates, taking money and then switching off the phones. We do have the services, cyber security services. So that's the reason we don't take the money before the placement. Even if you are from other locations also, we should be able to help you. We take the online trainings, guidance from the online, and then even interview also online. Hope everyone has submitted your quiz and submitted the form now so that we know your location. Shri, send me your resume to the 2000 number. Within 30 days, I can place all the candidates. We do have 100 plus positions for the network and desktop engineer. If whoever are interested, right, we should be able to place you within these outside premises. That bridge you are able to see, right, that is a ring road and the service road, two service roads, and our institute is there in the third floor here. Hacker book, you can see. They have updated the picture, looks like. Third and fourth floor is the hacker book. Just beside this travels stop. One service road, and beside this, the bridge is the ring road. Location of the placement, as I said, all metros. Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, and most probably you'll be working for the MNC clients, Wipro or Robert Bosch, depending on the requirement. Delhi also we do have the requirements. We have the locations, we have the requirement across pan India. You guys just contact us. Everyone will be in the job within 30 days. 200 opportunities also we can place in the next 30 days. Whoever are looking for the jobs. Okay. Guys, training is enough. Whatever I have given you the training today and yesterday. Again, in case if you have missed the yesterday session, I'll share you the videos. Go through these two videos. These two videos are enough for us to place you guys. Okay. Don't worry whether it is online, offline, or interview help, nothing. You attend these two trainings. We take a mock interview. We'll check your communication first, and then we'll place you with the help of our consultancies. And no need to pay any amount before the offer letter. You verify the offer letter. After that only you have to pay. Okay. Fine, guys. That's all for today. Hope you guys have enjoyed the training. In case if you guys have time, try to give some reviews in the hacker book about your workshop. Okay. And if you are looking for the placements, reach out to my team, 5000 and 2000 number. These two numbers. 5000 is here, 854 999 5000. But for placements, 854 999 2000 is also there, 2000. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And I wish you all the best for your job search. I'll send these videos in the YouTube. You guys can refer.